Welcome back to the Open Recap here at Jumpship Phoenix. I'm Zach, this is Nicole, and we're excited to be with you guys one last time for the finale of the Open season. We've had a huge amount of fun. It's been really fun, from all the banter and all of the Friday Night Lights and all of the excitement. It's really been a fun Open season. And we're going to get to all of week 3, 25.3, the workout and the finishes and all of that. But before we do that, we wanted to take a quick minute and we wanted to highlight and acknowledge several of our members who have been doing the Open for 10 years or more. And believe it or not, there is a lot of them. So we're going to let you hear from a few of them, and then we will acknowledge a few of them after the fact.
Hey guys, my name's Sky. I've done the CrossFit Open for 12 years now, and I keep coming back for more, and I enjoy signing up for the Open because they're really good benchmark tests to repeat and challenge yourself. Year after year, I can repeat an Open workout and see if I did better than I did previously, and it's really cool to see the progress that you make over time. I also think it's like the most fun community event that CrossFit has all year. It's like our CrossFit Super Bowl, right? Where everyone comes together to celebrate each other's wins, and it's so much fun.
Hi, I'm Ashley Walden. I've been doing the Open for my 12th year, and the reason I keep signing up is because I can't help myself. It's really fun to do it with your community, and if you don't sign up and you see everyone else doing it, you get a little FOMO. Yeah, this year I just really wanted to see how I did after a full year after having Quinn, and see where I'm at compared to previous years, and still was a lot of fun.
Hey guys, Stacy McDonald here. I have been participating in the CrossFit Open since 2011, so this is my 15th CrossFit Open. I keep signing up because I'm not bored yet. I started out of college, got married, had kids, so it's fun to see how my fitness level changes or doesn't change after being a pretty competitive athlete to having kids.
So guys, I just wanted to say that I do the Open every year because I think it's a great way to connect with the greater CrossFit community, just not in your local gym. Everybody's doing the same workouts. Everybody's getting the same anticipation week after week of what the workout's going to be for that week. So I think it's just like the excitement and the buzz around everything is a cool part of the season, and that's why I do the Open every year.
So it was great to hear from Stacy and Joe for how long they've been doing this. It's crazy. But here are some others that have also been doing this for a long time. We've got Ashley Walden. She's been doing this for 12 years. Zach, 11. We have Jessica Black and Ali Stranad with 10 years. Danny Stetzel has been doing this for 13 years. Crazy. Jim and Marilyn for 11 years. Can you guys believe that? They're like, what, 70 plus or something crazy like that? So
Still going strong.
Yeah, it's awesome. Megan Baker, also 11 years. Rachel Hill, 15 years. She's up there with Stacy. We've got Jessica Jordan, 10 years. Stacy Gregory with 10 years. Brian Capes at 10 years. We've got Sky, Harry, or we call it Bowie now. I don't know. I may have pronounced that wrong, but Martin's wife now. 12 years for Sky. So yeah, awesome.
That's pretty cool. And hey, you mentioned Jim and Marilyn,
Yes.
12 years. And Jim,
11
years. And Jim still redoes workouts. I believe that he redid at least one of the workouts.
Yes.
And that's my brother right there. That's somebody I love. Somebody who redoes workouts, especially in that age division. Jim, you are amazing. I love you. Great job.
Yeah.
Great job. Well, there you go. Those are our 10-year plus veterans, and we're going to have more. We're going to have more in the future, and we're certainly going to have more next year. But let's get on to 25.3. Let's talk about the workout and the week. Workout announcement happened on Thursday, and it was up in New York, and they had 3 of the premier CrossFit young guys going head-to-head against each other. It was an amazing battle, plus an NFL quarterback who does CrossFit, and pretty cool. Most people at this gym beat him on his time, so that's kind of a fun thing. But let's talk about 25.3. Nicole, when that was released and you saw what it was going to be, how did you feel that was going to go for the members at our gym?
Well, Wall walks are always intimidating, but we do them so often, even though a lot of us still struggle, especially with the standards that are placed on them. I felt like a lot of our members did decent on those just because we do them a lot.
Yeah. Based on how the workout was formatted, which lift, when you first saw it, did you anticipate was going to be the hardest one?
The
for everyone?
cleans, probably.
Cleans,
Just
okay.
because, yeah, I mean, like the deadlifts, it's the first one. A lot of people have no problem, like being able to hold on to that barbell for a decent amount of reps. And then you've done what? Wall walks, a 50-calorie row, the 25 deadlifts, more wall walks, and now you have to go over to the power cleans. And power cleans, especially at that weight, some guys may be cycling it, but your heart rate's high, your shoulders are fatigued, your legs are fatigued, so how fast can you get through those?
Now, this past week was by far our best Friday Night Lights showing. We had maxed out heats at 4:30, 5, 5:36. We had Desert City Classic here. We had the Physio Fix here. We had a cookie vendor here. We had food. We had protein shakes outside.
Yeah. And the chili cook-off.
It was a super fun night. Lots of kids running around.
Yeah.
Great job, team. Great job, Jumpship. Everybody showing up. It was really, really fun. Nicole, you were the MC and head coach the whole night, running the thing. You were on the microphone. Talk about what you observed in the heats and what that was like for you.
It was fun. I mean, like the energy was really high, probably the highest it had been over the 3 weeks. And then that second heat at 5 was really exciting just because everyone was so close with each other on the movements. So like running back and forth from like this side of the gym to over on the other side of the gym, because you guys were all fairly close in what movements you were finishing and getting on to the next ones. But yeah, all of it was really fun, and you saw people who normally wouldn't have done the Friday Night Lights come and do the Friday Night Lights, and then you saw them as well. Like maybe if they wouldn't have done that, they wouldn't have pushed as hard just because of the environment and the energy from everyone that was there. So it was really cool to just kind of be in the middle of all of that and feel all that energy. And I mean, that helped me kind of do what I needed to do. I've never done that before, so.
Yeah, it was exciting. So great job, Jumpship. And for those of you, we could name you, we won't name you in the video, but for those of you who weren't gonna come to Friday Night Lights, or at least not come to work out, and you pushed yourself and you did it, I think even you would say that was probably a good decision, and we're really happy,
So
and
fun.
hopefully you'll do it again. So
Yeah.
Great job. Cool. All right, well, everybody's wondering, how did we finish up in 25.3? Top scores, top finishers. We're gonna get to that right now. Couple other storylines to watch. This one's pretty exciting, Nicole. The Mike versus Rich storyline. Mike is determined to beat Rich in a workout. The standings and the scoring, they are neck and neck. So all it's gonna take is a big performance by Mike week 3, and maybe a not so high performance on Rich, and Mike's gonna overtake him. That's a big one to watch. Definitely be watching for that. This is Zach. I'm reporting live. I just received breaking news that Rich Winger has in fact withdrawn from week 3 of the CrossFit Open. My sources have told me that he suffered an injury to his knee and is withdrawing so that he can recover and be ready to fully compete at the Cactus Games in May. This is breaking news. This changes everything on the leaderboard when it comes to the 35 to 39 age division and overall gym. As you know from last week, there was a major rivalry going on between Rich and Mike Phillips, and the question was who was going to take week 3. Well, we know now that Mike by default is going to take week 3. And so, my goodness, does this create unbelievable drama for next year? What is going to happen in 2026 when Rich is back to his health and Mike is raring to go? Who's going to take it? I guess we'll have to wait until next year. But for now, folks, unfortunately, Rich will have to withdraw from this season. He did an amazing job, and we wish him all the best. Top scores, top finishers right now. Nicole, I believe you have that info for us.
I sure do. So we're going to start with the 35 and under, so your open category, which is going to be anyone from 18 years old to 34 years old. So we had Patrick Whitten with the fastest time of 15:53. Second was Braden Homer, 17:55, and then we had Nate McNicholas at 18:17. Our women, we had Ashley Walden at 13:18, Danny Stetzel with a second redo on the same day at 15 minutes to finish, and then Taylor Breeze at 16:01.
Yeah, we got to pause there and give. So Danny completed the workout
Crazy.
a second time, a redo in the morning. Was driving to California, stopped at a gym in Yuma, and bested her time by, it was 40 some seconds.
Yeah, like 45, 40 seconds. Yeah.
We haven't seen her since, so we hope she's still alive out there somewhere roaming the earth. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
So great job to you ladies.
So crazy. And then our Masters athletes, top scores for our men, we've got Mike Phillips at 13:47, which was what, a minute? I think it was a minute off of his time that he did during Friday Night Lights. Zach Melito, 14:28, and then Gavin Burkett at 14:34. You guys were a really fun race to watch at the end of that night. And then we had, let's see, Masters women, we've got Stacey McDonald, 16:17, Jessica Black at 17:59, and then Jess Cortez at 18:02. So great job to everyone.
Well, there you have the top finishers for 25.3, but where does that leave the overall standings? There was a lot of movement on the leaderboard, a lot of excitement about what this workout was going to do for the overall standings. Well, it's done and the results are in. So Nicole's going to give us our overall top leaders by each age division. Nicole.
All right. So we have for the men in the open division, which was again 18 to 34, Patrick Whitten, Coulter Hatfield, and then Nate McNicholas. 35 to 39, we've got Mike Phillips, Gavin Burkett, and Brandon Tinta. 40 to 44, Joe Lynn, John Allen, Darren Henderson. Men 45 to 49, we got Eric Jensen, Johnny Jensen, and then Nick Kramer. Men 50 to 54, Matt Jenks and Brian Capes. 55 to 59, Brian Kearley, Brent Gumbert. And then 60 to 64, we've got Kevin Phillips, Joe Olson, Mark French, and then 70 plus, Jim Bunnell.
Let's go.
Yes. And then for our women, 18 to 34 in that open division, we've got Caitlin Hart, Danny Stetzel, and Keisha Hatfield. 35 to 39, Stacy McDonald, Melanie Morris, Kennedy Lynn. 40 to 44, Jessica Black, Natasha Newman, Rachel Hill. 45 to 49, Kara Morrison, Christina Crowder, Megan Baker. 55 to 59, Marami Kodras, Carrie Coley, Carrie St. Germain. 60 to 64, Stacy Gregory and Nancy Olson, and then 70 plus, Marilyn Bonnell.
Wow, the Bonnells.
Yeah.
Let's go. And that's 70 plus.
It's awesome.
Killing it. And that leads us to the very, very last. So who moves on from here? So again, for the open division, 18 to 34, it was the top 1%. And for age group, it was the top 2%. We had two athletes make it. Can you guess who it is? Can you guess? You got it right. Joe Lynn will be moving on to semifinals, and Ashley Walden will be moving on to semifinals. Great job to those two. Joe's age group semifinals, believe it or not, are only in about 2 weeks. It's the first week in April.
Crazy.
So if you see him around, give him some encouragement. That poor guy is going to have to be pushing it hard in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Ashley will, if she chooses to do the age group semifinals, that will not be till the first week in May. So she's got a little more time. Now, even though Joe and Ashley are the only ones advancing to semifinals, we had several athletes that were very, very close, very on the bubble, 98 percentile or 97 percentile, 96 percentile. A lot of great athletes. The cut line was really tight. It was really tough. Tougher than I think some of us thought to make that top 2% or even 1%.
Yeah.
But great job to those two. And hey, there's always next year for the rest of us.
Yes.
That is the hope.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of next year, one of the things that the Open does for all of us, aside from build community and give us something that we all work towards together, it exposes things. It exposes our weaknesses, it highlights our strengths. And so one thing to ask yourself, one thing to think through is, what did you learn about your skills from this open that you can take into this next year and work on? What are some things that you surprised yourself with that you're actually good at that you didn't think that you were? Nicole and I were talking just before we started recording, talking about how the open shows us those things, and now is the time to use that to set some goals to get better. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the funner is not a word, more fun things about the open is, you have a better idea of what you can work on. You know, maybe it's conditioning, especially with how the open sits this year. I mean, a lot of it is engine based, right?
Yeah.
But we also had a lot of gymnastic skills, especially high level gymnastic skills. We had some heavier barbells. So maybe it's like, okay, I want to get stronger in these lifts, right? If that was the workout and you struggled on the barbell, but the gymnastics and the conditioning was easy in that point, you know, like the first workout was engine. Like, do you have the engine to just keep moving, right? Working on pacing, is that something that you can work on? You know, like there's a multitude of things that you can kind of take away from each specific workout and figure out, okay, what do I need to do in order to get better at these types of tests, which we see consistently in our daily programming here at the gym, right? There's all kinds of things you can set goals. Every day you come in here and say, I'm gonna work on this today. That's my focus. And you don't worry about what else happens to that workout. You have one thing that you're, set on, and that's where you kind of put your time and your effort.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to give you, for me personally, I want to give you my 3 things that I learned from this open, 3 takeaways that I personally had. First takeaway, redo the workouts if you feel you can do better. I did not do that on the workout 1, just because I was kind of silly. I always repeat workouts, but I just didn't do the first one. Had I gotten 4 more reps on workout 1, it would have improved my standing by about 800 spots just from the one workout. A few reps more can make a massive difference. I know that, but I learned that even more. Second thing that I learned, my gymnastics need work. My bar muscle ups need work. They've improved a lot, but workout 2, the volume of those bar muscle ups slowed me down. I've got to work on that. Last thing that I took away, video yourself often. I videoed myself more during this open than I ever have, and going back and reviewing my movements and seeing where I needed to pick up the pace, where I needed to correct some things was really, really helpful, especially when I retested. It made a big difference. That was helpful for me. Well, you heard some of the things that I'm gonna work on coming up this next year. What are the things that you're gonna work on? Don't forget, at the very front of our gym, the front door, there's a board that where you can write the movement or the focus that you're gonna have this year. The open is a great time to reassess those things, and don't forget to write those down on that butcher paper that's right up there at the front of the door. But there's also some other things you can do if you discovered that there was a movement or something that you need to work on. Nicole, what else can they do?
Yeah, I mean, don't be afraid either. Like, if you guys want to sit down with a coach and do some goal setting for yourself through the year, like, we are more than happy to sit down with you guys and kind of lay out some plans, or maybe lay out some different things you guys can try to focus on while you're in classes or whatever. You can shoot us an email, info@jumpshipphoenix.com, and you guys can say, hey, I'd like to set up a goal setting session with, if there's a specific coach that you feel like you really connect with, or I know like Stacy's great at gymnastics. So if you feel like you want to work on some gymnastic skills, and this isn't saying that like she's the only one, like all of our coaches are great on doing that. By all means, like you can be like, hey, I would really like to sit down with Stacy and talk something, some stuff with her. And nutrition, like if you want to get on your nutrition game a little bit better, then Kennedy and myself, like we do all the nutrition stuff around the gym. I mean, so any one of us is more than willing to sit down with you guys and kind of talk through some goals that you have, and maybe try to lay out a timeline of like, hey, let's give us this much time or whatever. And we also have personal training available too, right? Like, it doesn't mean you have to spend $9,000 on personal training, right? Like maybe you give yourself a month and do a session every couple of weeks or something like that, and really focus on like one specific thing. That will go a long way. Even if it's just one session, if you can do one session with a coach and get some really good specific things to work on for yourself, but then putting that into practice when you're done will also go a really long way.
It's been an awesome open season. Don't let the open season go away without capitalizing on it and jumping on these things, because believe it or not, the open comes around every year. Lord willing, it will happen next year. We believe it will. And it comes up way faster than you think. So preparation starts today. What are you gonna do to improve and get better so that you are in the top of your age group next year? I know what I need to work on. Let's do it. And with that, we are done with the open, sadly. Yes, and sad.
Everyone's excited. Come on, Zach.
Yeah,
You're the only weirdo.
I'm not.
Just
I wish we
kidding.
could do the open every day.
Just kidding.
Every year. But that's okay. Hey, thank you for tuning in and thanks for joining us. We've had a lot of fun bringing you information and fun. And maybe we'll do this again next year. Maybe we'll do it earlier than next year. Maybe, who knows? Maybe you'll see us more often. But until next time, I'm Zach. This is Nicole. We'll see you at the gym.
Bye.